Thanks for trusting KRTV as your source for news. First at 5:30.
Great Falls police say one man is in custody after a dispute over a parking spot turned violent early this afternoon.
According to police, a single shot was fired on the 1600 block of Chowan Springs in the Parkdale neighborhood. MTN's Joe Huizinga spoke with witnesses on scene, and he joins us now in studio with what they saw.
No one was injured, but residents' nerves are shaken after a chaotic afternoon. Police responded to that reported gunshot around 1 o'clock this afternoon and quickly took the suspect into custody. According to GFPD, 26-year-old Daniel James Erlinson surrendered to officers at his home. I spoke with several witnesses at the scene, including the man who says he was shot at. However, he declined to go on camera. According to the man's daughter, who was also a witness, there have been incidents with the suspect involving parking in the past. Today's argument began as a verbal confrontation and escalated quickly.
Mark, the gentleman that actually got shot at, had said that there was some guy kind of going crazy and yelling at him, so we went to investigate, and he came out of his house and he had a gun. So Mark yelled at us to get back and yelled at a lady over there to get back, and Mark went behind the tree and the guy fired off a shot at Mark and almost hit us.
My dad was on the phone with the police department when the guy shot, so that the police department actually heard the gun go off.
As I was still on scene, police were able to locate what they believed to be part of the bullet. They found it lodged in the side of a residence about a half block from where the shot was fired. Great Falls High School was instructed to shelter in place for a short time during the incident. Police are continuing to investigate, and charges against Erlinson are pending. Tim and Shannon.
All right, thanks so much, Joe. Well, in the legislature today, a bill to mandate the audio-video recordings of parole hearings is nearly law. Today,
both the House and Senate voted in favor of amendments to House Bill 28. Critics have said the Board of Pardons and Parole operates with very little oversight. The recordings would be made available to the public. They would be edited to remove confidential information about victims and witnesses.
The purpose of videotaping and audio recording these meetings is to make sure that there's legislative oversight and public oversight and accountability for the parole board.
The bill doesn't include funding for the recordings. That could come in House Bill 2, the state's main funding bill. A conference committee meeting on House Bill 2 was scheduled for this morning but has been rescheduled for tomorrow. Meanwhile, Yellowstone County is a step closer to getting a branch of the state crime lab. The crime lab in Missoula has been catching up on a backlog of drug cases, but still needs help on the eastern side of the state. A conference committee made what are probably the final changes to a bill to build a new lab. It would allow the Justice Department to lease space and hire 2 forensic chemists and a technician.
The Bakken certainly has contributed an increased number of cases coming to the laboratory. It's a much bigger concern for local law enforcement out there, where it represents a big increase for their individual agencies.
It could take about a year for the lab to be located, equipped, and get up and running. A frivolous claim, that's what Attorney General Tim Fox is calling a lawsuit to block the bill for implementation of the Flathead Water Compact. The Flathead Joint Board of Control is seeking a restraining order against the legislature. The board argues that it should have taken a 2/3 vote to pass Senate Bill 262. It claims irrigators will suffer irreparable harm unless a district judge in Polson issues a restraining order. The House Rules Committee backed the claim that the compact required a 2/3 vote, but the full House overruled that. The Attorney General says the complaint rests on hypothetical scenarios. Governor Bullock has not yet signed the bill into law. Well, right now we're tracking showers and thunderstorms as they move through our area. And we got to enjoy sunshine and warm temperatures for most of the day, but now the clouds have rolled in. Storm Tracker meteorologist Mike Rollins is here with a look at the ingredients for those storms.
Yeah, and Tim and Shannon, one of the ingredients, the warm temperatures that we've seen this afternoon. We've gotten into the 70s as promised. 70 right now at Great Falls International. It's 74 up in Havre. A little bit cooler now in Cut Bank and Helena. We've had some rain move through Helena, so a little bit cooler there. The cold front making its way through Cut Bank, so some cooler air moving in there. Close to Great Falls, I am tracking showers and a few thunderstorms which are starting to develop here. We've seen a couple of cloud-to-ground lightning strikes down toward the Big Belt Mountains and a few storms trying to fire up north of the Electric City. And you can see there's more action to the south and west of us, and these showers and storms are getting closer and closer along with that cold front. So as we look here at our high-res future track, You can see as we get into the evening hours, more showers, more storms forming here and moving in to our area. So we're not done with the rain just yet. If you haven't seen rain, you have the potential to see a few showers and a few storms in the next few hours. I'll time this out for you and let you know when to expect the next round of storms in Storm Tracker weather.
The Blackfeet tribe is spearheading a campaign to cancel oil and gas leases in the Badger 2 Medicine area. The tribe was joined by the National Congress of American Indians today in Browning to announce the effort. It seeks to protect the 165,000-acre section that joins the Blackfeet Reservation with Glacier Park and the Bob Marshall Wilderness. Tribal Secretary Tyson Running Wolf says the Badger 2 Medicine is sacred ground that is home to the tribe's creation stories and also to many of its traditional foods and medicines. They hope to convince federal decision makers to cancel the 18 leases that remain in effect for the oil and gas companies. The Blackfeet Nation is partnering with 18 other tribes and gathering signatures for a change.org petition. They're also getting support from the Seattle-based group Pearl Jam, whose bass player is from Big Sandy. That's Jeff Ament. Well, Great Falls residents will soon be shelling out a little bit more for utilities.
The Great Falls City Commissioners approved increased utility rates last night. This will be in place for sewer, water, and storm drain fees. The decision was made during last night's commission meeting during a public hearing. While there were no comments in support of the increases and only one opposing, commissioners decided to approve them. Water rates will increase by 7%, sewer rates by 3%, and storm drain rates by 10%. That bumps up an average utility bill by $3.22, and those rates take effect on May 1st. The Montana Veterans Memorial is now an official memorial in the Treasure State. This morning, Governor Bullock signed House Bill 460 into law. The memorial is joining other memorials across the state with the designation. It will also be included on official states' maps as one of Montana's memorials.
As our committee, we work totally together. There's no one individual who gets things going. We work together as a unified group, so we're very tickled about all of it.
The Montana Veterans Memorial has over 6,000 tiles with names of veterans who have served this country, and on Memorial Day, they'll be honoring the Blackfeet Nation by adding about 160 tiles of their members to the memorial. Still ahead at 5:30.